What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. Welcome back to another feedback video here in Marvel's Avengers. This is the series where I grab feedback from the community and I bring it back to you in video form with sexy commentary with my beautiful voice. I've got some gameplay in the background. Let's get straight into it. I believe the loot bot that we chase around in missions should have a chance to drop exotics from any loot pool in the game. This gives a massive incentive to chase this little guy down because at the minute it's a good resource farm, but usually the loot from him isn't worth it given how rare he can be. Now I know at the minute there's a couple of farms you can do to sort of get him like often, like oh, what is it? It's a Black Widow iconic mission up from the depths. He spawns there quite often. Now, if you remove that sort of stuff and you've like nerf his spawn rate but give him like a high chance to drop exotics, that's okay. If you left it, then you can obviously make the chance for exotics quite low, which I think that's probably like a safer option, because at least then players who want to farm for certain exotics can do that because there's already RNG still there, if you know what I mean. Cutscenes and future story missions should feature the Avengers that are present at the time. An example of this being in Future Imperfect, why did the Avengers leave the Hawkeyes to fight Maestro alone? Now, you know, Future Imperfect was definitely like one of those weird kind of campaigns where it felt very sort of underwhelming at times. I think another thing that I disliked about Future Imperfect was it just felt like a Hawkeye story only and not a continuation of the story of all the Avengers together. Like Maestro was there, we heard nothing from Bruce. We saw none of the other Avengers react to the fact that their buddy becomes evil in the future or anything like that. So obviously, I know there was a clip in Black Panther's cinematic trailer that showed Iron Man and Cap with T'Challa, but hopefully we get more of that with other members of the team as well. Leaderboards seem to be a massive piece of feedback that I've seen around lately and would bring a competitive element to this game that people who are craving for PvP could work with. It'll also allow you to see which team member is getting rewards for the smallest efforts, such as players who go AFK or allow you to do all the work. Now, I know this is quite a difficult one and quite a scary one because obviously, you know, for example, if you are trying but you just have got the littlest amount, then obviously players online might kind of be a bit harsh about it. But I feel like there's a way to work with that, you know what I mean? Like if everyone in the team has a leaderboards on, then maybe you can see in the game, if you know what I mean. So like say I play with 3 of my other friends, right, and we've all got leaderboards active, then that means we can all look at the leaderboards, you know, rather than force it on people. That could be a good way to you know, to make that an option. It's definitely something I wouldn't expect anytime soon though. Right, now I'm gonna I've picked a few pieces of feedback from the official Avengers Discord that I kind of liked, like in each section, and ones that I sort of wanted to talk about here. So this one's from Kairos0, and he says, please make gear that applies elemental damage to more of your moveset. As is, battery damage invalidates 90% of the wonderful character design present. As is, you're able to use a character's full kit best when they're low level. As you hit cap, you're suddenly limited to maybe 4 or 5 moves per character, so you can contribute to battery damage. Now, that's absolutely spot on. Like, I have, like, so say for example, you have, alright, for Hulk, power attacks do plasma, right? And you want to get ready for, like, your Gamma Thunderclap or something. All you're going to be doing is pounding the ground, getting that plasma up. All of a sudden, every single piece of Hulk's offense is now irrelevant, and I totally agree with that, because all the characters have such good movesets, but you only have fun with them really when they're low level. So say, take Kate for example, right? She has 3 arrow types, same as Hawkeye to be fair, but we'll go with Kate for this example. A lot of people use Scattershot, you know, or you at least use one of the arrow choices, but her arrows are really fun to use, and there's a lot of combat, you know, a lot of fun stuff in her arsenal. But of course, because Scattershot, for example, for me anyway, is the build that I go for, I'm just there spamming, which realistically is, you know, unless you want to be completely weaker to your mates, you've got to focus on the one thing. I'm not sure how they'd fix that, but as Kyra said, it might be a good idea to at least share the love when it comes to battery damage. Another thing that I saw was from Tyversal. Miss Marvel needs her embiggened form to have stagger resistance, as we can't parry anything in that form. It's annoying that a little punch from a small enemy can stagger a giant person. In my honest opinion, I don't believe that Miss Marvel, while embiggened, should stagger at all. I think it's one of the most annoying scenarios in the game, because you essentially become a bigger target And if your Valor isn't like quite there, so again it's very gear depending, which is fine, I get that. It can be sort of like you've just opened yourself to be a bigger target with hardly any damage back. Now, if you don't stagger, you know, and you've got my over Valor or something like that, then it can be a good way to push enemies away from you and clear the room. Or just get enemies, you know, just away from you in general. I don't think it should be like Hulkbuster where you're invincible, obviously, but I do think that, like, a good idea could be that you don't stagger, but, you know, but you can still lose health, you know what I mean? I think that would be a pretty good idea. The Divided Avenger says, game hits 1 year in a few months. I think a generous gift for all day one players should be given out. Now, this is an awkward one, because obviously we will be at the point of 1 year, gotten Black Panther, we'd gotten all this stuff. I don't know if this is something that people should expect. It would be nice, don't get me wrong, but and do I think there'll be something free in the marketplace? Of course, there'll be some sort of celebration for 1 year, you know. But I don't think it'll be like anything drastic, like all of a sudden we're gonna get like 80 quid's worth of credits or something like that, because, you know, they're still making the game at the end of the day. So I think that would be pretty sweet to just kind of like maybe a little cute little thing for 1 year, but definitely, like, I don't know if generous. Depends what the person means by generous. If it's anything like fucking mental, like give me their house, then maybe you can ease off on that one. But if it's something like a skin, then yeah, I could see that being a thing. I would like that. Don't get me wrong. But alright, so that's all the feedback that we got from the Discord, and that is all the time we have today. As usual, if you have any feedback that you want me to like list off in a video and talk about and respond to, then make sure to put it in the comments down below. Subscribe for more videos. I obviously cut the Guardians of the Galaxy lately, even though you guys don't seem to like that too much, which is a bit sad because I like Guardians of the Galaxy. But no, thank you all for the support regardless. If it's 10 of you here, if it's 100 of you here, hopefully one day it'll be 1,000 of you here. It's all fantastic. Please leave a like as well if you enjoyed the video. Leave a dislike if you didn't. It's all helpful for feedback, and I will see you guys later.